Welcome children to the English speaking and grammar classes. Please do comment in the comment box and like and share the video. Please do subscribe the channel also, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you are tuned in with the channel. Now today's topic is verbs. Usually it's seen that as you grow up you tend to get more into verbs because one or the other topic is connected to verb. In my previous classes I've already told you that as you keep on growing, you need not to miss even the minutest of the point. Here in verbs I will try to justify to it that I'll try not to leave even the minutest of it, so that things are clear to you how and why we tend to make mistakes in verbs. Now without wasting any more time, we will start with verbs. Verbs are finite and non-finite. What exactly do we mean by finite? Finite means that there is some end to it. You can see a time, you can see relate to some end to it, you can measure it. Non-finite, endless. When you talk of non-finite, it is something endless. So this topic is not ours today because this is again a very deep topic. This will take another lecture to that. So but just to introduce it, infinites, participles and gerund, these are the content of non-finites, but we will concentrate on finites today. And to start with finites, I have got a very easy tabular, because when we start with verbs we can't ignore being, having, doing. In a very, I'll elaborate on this after coming on to the rules. I'll elaborate. I'll not miss this because I want everyone to just mug it up thoroughly, because this is somewhat the base. Just to start with this, being. Is, am, are, was, were. Having. Has, have, had. Doing. Do, does, did. So by now you must have come to know that I'm talking about the auxiliaries or the helping verbs. When we are talking of being, they have their own set of rules. When we talk of having, they have their own set of rules, and doing, they have their own set of rules. So we will not try to summarize it in one or two lines. I will summarize it, but after telling you all the rules. Now we will start with being form. Being comprises of is, am, are, was, were. I repeat, is, am, are, was, were. These are the auxiliaries which come in finite verb. But what is this? Is, am, are, all the three for the present. They are used for present tense. But what is the difference between all the three? We are talking about the subject agreement out here, where is for singular when the subject is singular, am is when the subject is I, are is when the subject is plural. I repeat, is, am, are for the present, is for the singular, am is when the subject is I, and are is when subject is plural. Was, were are for the past. Was, were are for the past. Now what is the difference between the two? Was is for singular subject and were is for plural subject.
Go.
I repeat, was, were are for the past. Was is for singular subject and were is for plural subject. For example, she is a good girl. I am doing my work. They are going to the market. She was working in this company. They were my friends. Now, one thing is very clear in this, that one condition we will relate to it. I'll come directly to the first condition, that with the past participle, please concentrate on the terms that I'm going to use out here. With the past participle to form the passive voice. That is, being is used with the past participle. What are the past participles? In the example I'll make it clear, to form the passive voice. Mind it, whenever we use being form plus past participle, that points to passive voice. This is a rule. This is a rule. Don't forget that. Being form plus past participle makes up to passive voice. For example, they were, being form, told, past participle, the past form of the first form of verb, to stay where they were. So this sentence is passive voice. Directly you come to know, whenever you see being form plus past participle, that is the content of passive voice. One more example, we were informed, past participle, in time. We were informed in time. So when we have a combination of being plus past participle, we have passive voice. Now with we are using for being. Being with present participle. Now I'll come to that. Present participle, base form of verb, the first form of verb plus ing. That is present participle. To form the progressive tense. What is progressive tense? In a generalized language, when we are talking about continuous tense, that is indicative of INGs. First form of verb plus ing. Run plus ing, running. Swim plus ing, swimming. Talk plus ing, talking. Teach plus ing, teaching. So this is the progressive verb we are talking about. I'll come directly to the sentence. She is writing a letter. Is, being form, writing, the progressive or the continuous part, first form of a verb plus ing, a letter. This we are talking about the continuous tense. Okay, we are talking about continuous tense. Very clearly, is mr plus first form of verb plus ing, present continuous. Was were plus first form of verb plus ing, past tense, past continuous. As we will proceed, things will become more clearer to you. Now, what exactly is the meaning of being verb? Why do we learn this being verb? We learn this being verb for some meanings of it, because it indicates and gives some meaning. Now, meaning, being meaning. I've tried to summarize a bit, so that's why I'm explaining it in more elaborate manner. I've tried to summarize it. Meaning, to exist. Something is there, something is proving is a presence, existence. Something is there, exist, to exist. Example, there are two kinds of camels, the Bactrian and Arabian. So when we talk exist, they are there. So are here, the being form means to exist. I suppose I proved myself out here. Now, second meaning that it goes with, when you will see the sentence. Now best thing is, when you read something and the being form comes in front of you, directly you can connect to one of the rules of it, and that will enhance your grammar to a larger extent. Now, meaning, to happen or to take place. Something is happening, something taking place. Okay, now the example, when is the wedding to be? When is the wedding to be? Being form is. When wedding is happening, when is the wedding taking place? So happen or to take place. This here proves the meaning of this. So till now we have talked about two meanings: to exist, to happen, to take place. We have talked about two presents in the sentences with the past participle combination and the present participle combination. Now we proceed to the next one, meaning. Meaning, to go or to visit. To visit or to go. To have. Now, in this form, if we just see the example, I have been, being form, to Goa. Now here be is used with perfect. When we are to go or to visit, when this form is used, then we use perfect form, that is have. Whenever we have having form, have has had, we are talking about perfection, perfect. So here when we are talking be form with have, we are talking with perfect. I have been to Goa. One example. Second example, have you ever been to see her? So with being form plus have, that is the perfect portion, then we have this meaning clear, to go or to visit. Now next meaning that we are going to talk of, to express how or where a person or thing is, the location, the place, the placement, how or where a person or thing is. The cat is under the table. The cat is under the table. The box is too small. He is a good teacher. So the two questions which we clarify with this is how and where. How and where. So I just give a recapitulation to this. Now from when we start with this being form, what are being forms? Is, am, are, was, were. Is, am, are is for the present. Excuse me. Was, were is for the past. Is for the singular. What is the difference between the all? Is for the singular subject. When we have singular subject, we use is. When the subject is I, we use am. When the subject is plural, we use are. Was, were is for past. Was is for singular. Were is for plural subject. Were is for plural subject. Now, with the past participle, when we are using being with past participle to form the passive voice, we are using it to form a passive voice. They were told to stay where they were. Were being form, told past participle, then that means we are using it in passive form. I told you the rule, being form plus participle forms passive voice. Now when we use being form with present participle to form the progressive tense, that we are talking of continuous tense, that is she is being form, first form of verb plus ing, that is she is writing a letter. So we are talking about present continuous. And if we just change this is to was, she was writing a letter, this will become past continuous. Now we come to the meanings that being form gives. Meaning, to exist, something is there, presence, existence. There are two kinds of camels, the Bactrian and the Arabian camel. Now the next meaning to happen or to take place. Then the next meaning to go or to visit. In this case we use it with have form, that is the perfect form. And to express how and where a person or thing is, the presence of that thing, how and where, the location, the presence of that thing, then we take how and where when it answers the question how and where. Now I suppose this set of rules which justify being form, and it will be easy for you to understand and to place it now, where all we can use and how we all use it. Now we come to the having form, the perfect one, the perfect tense. Having, has, have, had. Having is has, have, had. The perfect tense. We are talking of the perfect tense. Wherever has, have, had comes, perfect tense is there. That is something. As for ing, ing being form plus ing, as we see that it is continuous tense, and as we see has, have, had, that is perfect tense. Now perfect tense, what are the meanings of perfect tense in a throw? I'll tell it to you. Possession, ownership, obligatory, necessity. These are the four meanings which we justify with the meaning of having. That is have, has, had, perfect. I repeat, possession, ownership, obligatory, necessity. Obligatory is a compulsion. Now we come to have is used to indicate permanent connection or relation. There is a permanent connection or relation that we get with have. Have got. Have got is used with have and has when we are talking of permanent connections. Now see, perfect tense is there, but we are talking of permanent something, permanent connection or relation, then have got. This car has 4 doors. Okay, now this is perfect. Possession, ownership, obligatory, necessity. One or the other meaning, this will clarify. Then you have a brother. We are talking of simple perfect tense. She has got long hair. Compulsion, in relation, compulsory, permanent connection. She has got. We are talking having form with got. I prove myself right out here. Have you got many friends? Have got. So again, permanent connection or relation, have got. Now next is have for. Have is used for habitual or occasional. Habitual or occasional, but not a permanent one. Have for, now please try to understand this. Have for habitual or occasional. It is conjugated in the negative or interrogative way with the auxiliary verb do. When has comes with the verb, have comes with the doing verbs, that is do, does, did, then they are transforming to interrogation, that is asking a question, or they are forming a negative sentence. Please, I would like your attention out here very clearly. When have comes, no, I'm not talking about has or had. When have comes, because only have can come, have comes with do, does, did to form interrogation, that is interrogative sentences, or negation, that is negative sentence, then we use this combination. I start. Does your friend have much money to spend? Does your friend have? Perfect form, doing form. Did the Roman slaves have the right to own property? Now, I prove myself right out here when I am talking about the interrogation. Interrogation, when I am talking about the interrogation. Thank you. Here I would like to conclude with the first part of verbs. In the next part, I will continue with the having rules, doing rules, and I will continue with the tabular, and that is going to be exciting. When you will solve the exercise or solve any transformation, you will realize that these rules have really benefited. I request you all, and please do comment in the comment box. That's quite exciting to read. Please do like and share the video and subscribe the channel. That's something very important. And don't forget, please press the bell icon to stay tuned with the upcoming videos, and I would like to be connected with you. Thank you so much.